Hi, 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 hi,
Call from-
hi. Alright, hi,
To accept, press 1.
Alright, hi. Alright, hi.
Oh, 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 oh.
Hey, 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 hey,
Chelsea,
Yes.
how you doing?
Oh God. I mean, I'm sore. I went to the gym with like one of my friends who's one of those like total gym rat guys who walks as if his arms, like he can't press them to his sides like a normal person. Like he's got them all out at like, little, angles, like little triangles or something. So he's like, I'll work you out. I'll give you a guest pass in my gym, bro. He doesn't talk like that, but that's like the vibe of his workout ethic. He's like, bro, I'll take you to the gym, bro. I'll work you out good. And I don't know why. I was like, just so like, I don't know if I'm just very tired or if I'm going through a deep, dark depression, but I was in my house all day, fatigued yesterday. Like I felt like I could sleep for 10 hours straight at every second of the day. And I was just like, all right, fine. So I go to the gym. And he's like, do 500 jumping jacks, then do a push-up, then lift this weight on each side, then do another push-up. Do that for 25,000 times. Then do 25,000 more jumping jacks. And I'm like doing like a fraction of everything he said. And
Like 4 jumping jacks?
Yeah. And then like he's going like, ugh. Like to him, I'm not even working out, To me, I'm going from 0 to 900. So
His standards are too high.
it's too high. It's like, I can't. Anyway, so the point being, I'm extremely sore today. Like, even just like, when you like go to sip a glass of water and your hand feels like so exhausted by that action, like your shoulder or arm area. Anyway, I am dying. And he was like, you didn't do anything. And I'm like, well, clearly I did. So anyway, I don't know. I can't be that extreme with exercise.
You gotta go to the gym with someone who's more chill.
You know what I mean? Or just not go to the gym. Like one of the cool parts about living in California is you could work out outside.
Night walk? Exercise?
I'm going to punctuate that as if it was a joke. But anyway, how are you?
I'm okay. I wanted to bring something to the table today.
Okay, what?
Which would be House of Cards.
Yes.
I want to know which character you sympathize with the most.
Didn't I already say this? I mean, I think Robin Wright is so good on that show. Her character is so, I love female characters where they're like so calm and collected and feel no emotions. That's my great dream as a female, like to not be this jangle of emotions and insecurities and vulnerabilities, but just to be like this extremely well-dressed, calm, cool, collected woman in very tailored outfits at all times with perfect haircut at all times, just extremely
running through cemeteries.
Yes. Well, that I don't like because she got a little spooked there. But
She did.
but remember how freaked out she was by those little paper cranes? I'm like, get it together. What a weird Achilles heel. What a strange kryptonite, Ms. Wright. Anyhow, she's a character and a half, but I just think she's cool. Remember on 24 season 1, Nina was another like person who wore perfectly tailored clothes and was so cool and collected. Like Jack would be like, I need 15 trucks all painted orange and green stripes. I need 5, pitchers of lemonade. I need 1 Argentinian undercover guy. And she's like, I've got it to you in 5 minutes, Jack. Like she could do anything. And I was always like, oh, Niners.
But you see yourself as more of a Chloe. I'm
Now,
guessing.
which one is Chloe, the reporter?
Chloe's the computer girl that's on all the later seasons. Who's Jack?
Oh, of 24. I only
BFF.
watched season 1 because it was so consuming to me that I felt like I was almost like I was like addicted to a drug that was becoming unmanageable, because I would like watch it and watch another one, and it's like doom, 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 and I was like, no.
I heard it's worse than crack. I don't know if that's true, but
I don't know. Is crack still a thing? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
I feel like it's kind
Maybe in the suburbs.
no one really talks about crack these days. You know what I mean?
That's true. I guess I'm just out of touch with the drug culture.
That was a good call, but I had to end it. All right. Now, so should I listen to some messages? I collected messages. I have about, I don't know, 10 or so messages to see what's really cooking in terms of a message scenario.
Hi, Chelsea. It's Danica. Call me back because I'm going through a separation. I'm 32, and I need your guidance and wisdom. I've been with my husband-ish. I don't know what he is anymore.
Husband-ish?
10 years. And now I'm packing all of my 20s into about the course of, like, I don't know, over like 3 weeks, which has been really eye-opening.
I mean, first of all, I cannot believe that in a time of divorce, someone is calling me for guidance. I mean, I am the product of a divorce, a horrible one. So it sounds, I'm going to guess you don't have kids with this guy, so that's good. I mean, what am I supposed to say?
Like Dan Savage style, was very unexpected, but, you know, something to talk about. All right. Bye.
I wish she left the particulars of why they're separated, because it's not much to go on. I mean, I hope that divorce works out.
Hey, Chels. It's Roxy.
Hey.
Just have 2 questions. Number 1, are you in love?
No.
And number 2, why don't you use Vine yet? Okay, bye.
I don't use Vine because I don't really like Vine. Like, I've never seen a Vine that I've seen a couple of Vines that I think are cool, but I don't, most of the time it's not worth the time it takes to play. Like, you have to wait for it to download. You're like, oh, cool, you made this thing. I'd rather scan past a boring tweet than have to like press buttons and wait for downloads of boring videos. I'm very like hesitant to press links across the board on the internet, and Vine to me is just another case of like, just like constantly having to wait for shit that you probably won't like. Now, that said, I'll hop on a friend's account here and there.
Hey, Chelsea. It's your girl, Hannah, calling from the great state of Wisconsin. I have a very important question for you, which is, what are your thoughts on capri pants? Do people wear them who aren't moms or my roommate? Gotta know. They probably sell them at Cheap Gals. Bye!
Well, obviously, you know, no one's talking about capri pants right now, are they? Are capri pants always wide leg, or are they just like 3/4 length? Regardless, I don't really know how to make that work. I even have the short exercise pants and they look kind of silly most days.
I live in the DFW Metroplex, home of ESPN Radio Dallas. Who's not broadcasting the motherfucking Rangers game tonight? Hey, you know, it's you, Darvish. It's Jared Weaver. But who gives a shit? The fucking Mavericks game's on. Hey, Mark Cuban, suck my...
Right. Is this baseball? I'm just not, it's not a sport that I'm into, but I do appreciate your frustration. I hate when something I want to see isn't available to me. Like, such as when you're on the road, most of the time you can't watch NBA games, I feel like. hotels, like, I don't know, hotels, the fucking hotel TVs don't get me going. The remotes, like P.S. Time Warner Cable. I feel a rent coming. I feel a rent coming. I feel a rent coming on. Ding, 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 ding. Sites leveled onto Time Warner Cable. Okay, on demand, the way that is set up is so fucking stupid. It blows my mind. You have to go through, like for Game of Thrones on demand, you have to go through this crazy ass series of menus that nothing is intuitive. Then you have to scan through the entirety of season 1 episodes, scan through the entirety of season 2 episodes. It's just so stupidly designed. Could there not be one person put on that to make it better? Just hire one guy and be like, hey, this is your job, okay? We'll see you around. Bye. Okay. That's my thoughts on that. Now, these are hard. I don't know what I already hit here.
Chelsea. My name is Kate. I am from Memphis, Tennessee. I am at this person's house right now. I am wine drunk. I do not know who this guy is. I was brought here by a guy I have not seen in 10 years.
Oh, no.
And I am discovering that drinking with people that you have not seen in 10 years and are spoiled rich kids who are living off of their parents still is a terrible idea. These people have traveled the entire world and are choosing to sit in a living room while watching Stargate with the sound off and blasting the doors, and I don't know what to do right now. Please give me your advice.
That's exactly how my mom leaves phone voicemails. She's phone voicemails, phone voicemails. She's always like, Chelsea, this is your mother. I'm doing this, then I'm going to Trader Joe's, then I'm doing this, then I'm going to be here, then I'll be over there, then I'm doing that. And I'm like, that tone is really hard to listen to the content. It's just like, hey, I'm a mom running errands, la la la, la la la. I'm a mom. Anyway, I hope this answered your question. What was it? Listen, don't hang out with these people. Are you hanging out because they're rich and it seems cool to go to their cool house? And then you're calling a podcast and snitching them out? That's the hard thing with rich people. You have to not hang out with them. And you have to forego all the little pleasures of rich people so that you don't have to deal with their odious personalities sometimes.
Hi, Chelsea. This is Dominic from the East Coast. So I just wanted to know if you have an objective opinion on the funnier comic. If this is an objective opinion as far as these two people never finding out your answer.
What?
Who is the funnier comic? Brendan Walsh.
Okay.
Or Duncan Trussell? Seems like the two are
what a showdown.
Riffing and raffing. They don't like each other. But who do you think is funnier?
That's funny
I'd like you to address this on your podcast. I think it would be quite interesting. All right, Chelsea. This is D, Big D, signing out. Thank you. Looking forward.
Okay.
Goodbye.
All right. I think it's funny that he thinks that they have a problem with each other when they're great friends. They're always just razzing each other as a joke. So, I don't know. I mean, they're both great.
Chelsea, Peretti, Chelsea, Peretti. I already hate the energy I started off with. All right. Well, I'm sitting here with my dear sister, Alex, and we were talking about,
wait, I think that's funny. I'm sitting here with my dear, dear family member.
That's the guys wear. What is your opinion? Beanies, flat-ridden hats. What is the vibe? Each send-off. I much appreciate the niche observations that you have to make on the show. Secondly, explanation points. How many? I mean...
Okay, wait. First of all, was she asking about beanies versus other hats? Like, first of all, beanies are ruined by corny people, especially in LA. Like, a lot of actors wear these slouchy beanies with a white t-shirt on like a 80-degree day. And it's like, stop it. What are you doing? Whereas in New York, it was a necessary, cool thing that people wore. And it had like a real energy to it. LA people killed the beanie. Now, Other hats, I have to go hat to hat. That's tricky. Now, what was the second part?
Exclamation points.
Oh.
How many?
Oh, exclamation points. Now, I don't understand why people hate certain things that I don't hate. Such as food pics on the internet. I don't mind them. I look at it, I go, maybe I'll eat that. In fact, the other day, a girl that I follow on Instagram, she posted a food pic of something I like to eat at a restaurant I like to go to. And I was like, oh, fuck, I'm going to go there tomorrow. It was helpful. Looked tasty. And then it was tasty. Selfies. Now, selfies, I can go either way. I think if people switch them up, they can be kind of fun, whatever. What's the selfies that drive me crazy is when it's like a constant barrage and it's the exact same facial expression and I don't think the person's hot. Or if I'm not trying to fuck them, or if I don't think that their selfies are interesting in some way, if it's the same shit over and over, it drives me nuts. Anyways, that's very personal. Now, exclamation points. People hate that. I don't understand why. I have no problem with an exclamation point. All right.
Is too many for a male gentleman to use. Is 5 too much? Is 1 adorable? Is 3 the sweet spot? Anyways, love the show. I gotta be thinking about the many regrets of this call. Have a lovely evening.
I think you did great. You did a great message, young lady. I like guys that do cute messages, you know, as much as, you know, I like a very masculine man. I also like someone who does emojis and cuddles and uses exclamation points. Like, that's all a lot of fun, right? All right.
Chelsea, Peretti.
Okay, that's that one again.
Hello, Chelsea. I almost called you Chell, but then I stopped. Anyways, I just saw your tweet about asking a question or leaving us, like, telling a story. And I wanted to tell you about this time a snake shit on me. I touched this girl, was like, do you want to hold the snake? And I was like, fuck, no, I don't want to hold that snake. And so I decided to touch it, and, like, the one scale that I pressed was, like, the button to make it shit everywhere, and...
Ew, they have a button?
It did. It was grotesque. And I know it doesn't compare anything to a bear being mauled by a bear, but snakes are pretty scary themselves. Actually, they're not even scary, they're just monstrous and disgusting. Anyways, big fan, a little behind. I never smoked crack. That doesn't interest you. Now you're gonna hang up on me. Oh god. Okay, goodbye.
I didn't know that snakes had like a little shit button. That seems crazy and a little far-fetched, to be honest with you. Second of all, I'm watching a cat right now. Just cats are so gross. Like, what this cat is doing to me is so disgusting. It's like watching a guy jerk off in public. Like, it's hunched over a pillow in what can only be described as a dog shitting vibe. It's hunched over a pillow and it's kneading its paws into that pillow at a very slow, quiet pace while it stares dead-eyed into the pillow. It makes me so uncomfortable. Also, I really am sick on my night walks of seeing dogs shit. Like, the way they shit is so uncomfortable for everyone. That's like my number one fear about getting a dog. I don't want to watch it shit and make those weird vulnerable eyes and then like, ugh. And then you have to pick it up. What's the dogs with the smallest shits?
Hi, Chelsea. This is Jack. This is like the third time I've tried doing this tonight, and because I'm an idiot, and so I was just wondering if I should just like chug Clorox bleach tonight.
No.
Or just like wait to slip in a bathtub when I'm old and alone.
Jack.
In a few years.
This is horrible.
Haim or Feldman.
I don't know the difference.
Thanks a lot. Have a good one.
Like, those are two people, when I think of them, I think of like vaguely the same guy, like kind of a spitty voice and reddish hair in the 80s. I don't know. Anyhow, why is everyone who's calling has such low self-esteem? That's hilarious. Birds of a feather much. Let's see. Is this him?
Hi, Chelsea.
Yes. Okay. Now this.
So, Chelsea, I'm going to need your thoughts on that new Ray J single. I hit it first. Thanks.
My thoughts on that Ray J single are a little, well, first of all, his tweet that was LOL at Kim Kardashian, I thought was so funny. And part of the reason it was so funny is because he never really talks about her. Now he's going to do a single where he tries to kind of capitalize on that energy. It seems like a little like, it's a little like, I don't know. And then also I kind of think like, I do hate, like, I really think that it's like such a fucking, that is where you really see a certain total, well, I mean, there is a total double standard where it's like, I mean, do you know how many people Ray J has fucked probably? And like, no girl is going, I hit it first. Like, that's that whole like weird thing of like, guys run around fucking a million people and it doesn't count, but Kim Kardashian's only supposed to fuck one guy or something, or she's like, I don't know. Anyway, I haven't heard the song itself. I read some of the lyrics in some different online stuff, but the pixelated thing, very ballsy. I mean, I think it's crazy on his part to start something up with Kanye. Not known for his restraint, with her exes, etc.
Hi, I have a quick bear story for you. I'll try and keep it quick. From British Columbia, and my girlfriend's parents live in a small town, and there's bears all over the place. And they used to have dogs that would keep the bears away because they raised chickens. But the dogs passed away, and the bears started getting a little more adventurous. And eventually, one morning, my girlfriend's mom opened the chicken shed and saw an absolute horror show bloodbath, like chicken heads, eggs smashed all over the place, like wings, feathers, blood all over the walls, about 30 chickens, and a huge bear, lethargic and fat, sitting in the corner. So she slammed the door and then realized she should leave the door open so the bear couldn't get out, and ran off. And about 15 minutes later, she went back down and the bear was gone. And there was one survivor, this big, huge male goose, cowering in the corner that had just seen this, like, horrible bloodbath. But the goose survived, and its only other female life partner goose did not survive. So after that, this really traumatized goose just hung out by the back door on her porch and would never go near the shed again. And to this day, still just hangs out by the porch, right by the sliding glass window of the house, and will never go back again. So,
that bear.
That's the story without any loss of human life or damage to humans, but there was a lot of chickens torn apart, so maybe that's interesting. Other than that, that's my story. If I had a question, it would maybe be how you feel about Josh Duhamel. I feel like if he had maybe the roles Shanahan had recently, he might have had the same career, but he's kind of lingering and not really doing all that much. Thanks for your time. Bye.
What if that was Josh Duhamel? Is that how you say his name? You just say a bunch of different vowels and pray that it's the name? Josh Duhamel. Like caramel? Josh Duhamel. Doer's milk. Anyhow, I don't really know who that is, to be honest. I'd have to Google it. Secondly, oh, that bear traumatized that goose. Poor little guy.
Hey, Chelsea. So I was listening to the podcast with you and Chico and your moms, and you, like, offhand mentioned how in high school you used to sleep in your closet. And I was just wondering if you could explain that a little further, because thanks. Bye.
Yes, I used to, when I was a child, be scared that, you know, I was going to be attacked at night. You know, I had nightmares and stuff. And so, and it was always the idea that, like, if my foot was hanging over the bed, something was going to get it. So when I was a teenager, that's like not really 100% relevant, but when I was a teenager, it's only part of the story, but as a teenager, I had a big walk-in closet and I dragged I think it was like a twin bed in there, and it fit kind of snugly in there. And I loved the feeling that nothing was hanging over the edge of the bed. It was like a straitjacket or something. And then on top of that, it was also totally dark in there. And as a teenager, one of your many treasures is to sleep in late. So I slept in extremely late in there. I couldn't hear the noises of the house that much, including my mom, who's an early riser. And it was dark and I felt very safe. So I guess that does sound pretty weird to just mention as an aside. However, could not have been cozier. And lost my virginity in there. To, well, let's just say his name is Denzel. Okay, what's this final message?
Hi, Chelsea. I saw your post on Tumblr. I thought I'd leave a question. It's a big one. I'm about to graduate from college, and I'm an art student, and I'm really starting to feel terrified about life. And I was wondering if...
No, why? Art student? You're going to be all set for life. JK. Let's hear the end.
As a creative professional, what is the number one piece of advice for survival?
Prayer.
Mentally and financially.
Prayer.
Bye.
No, you know what my honest advice is get internships. That's what I did, and I felt that was really helpful. Any kind of creative internship that even vaguely, like I used to like to go dancing, and I got an internship at a nightlife magazine called Flyer, in New York. And even though now I'm a comedian, it put me in contact with people and got me better at writing and got me paid to do writing. So I suggest that. Internships. Write letters to people. There's so many people that you can contact, like via email or snail mail. Do people still say snail mail? Anyway, yeah, you can write letters, contact people, and just say that you have whatever skill set that you have. You love their publication and you want to be an intern. A lot of times people are looking, and they just don't have the time or energy. Hey, remember when I was looking for an intern? I still have a stack of like 10 resumes that I printed. And then I was like, hey, I need an intern to find this intern. Am I right, guys?
That's funny.
So what a great session of sound effects, soon available on iTunes for purchase. I promise you that. All right, let's see who this is.
Call from Liz.
Who?
Hello?
Yes.
Liz.
What?
Hello.
Hi. What's your exercise regimen? What's your exercise regimen?
My exercise regimen, I go running at night with a friend of mine. So we go together. That way we don't get, jumped. And because we only have time at night. I'm not a morning person.
But can you imagine, a guy who has a knife in each hand and he just runs up on you guys and just stabs one of you in the back. Okay, the other one turns, he stabs you in the chest.
That's always a possibility.
Also, just like a machine gun.
You're from the Bay.
Uh-huh.
And so you're familiar with San Francisco.
Yes.
I live near Civic Center, and we meet up on the corner of Van Ness, and then we go running up in Pack Heights, where it's all the crazy ass mansions, and there's nobody out. There's nobody up there at night, and it's amazing because you have the best views of the bridge and Alcatraz.
You know why there's no one out there at night?
Because I don't know. Because
all those rich people are locked up securely, hiding from the crazy homeless people of San Francisco. And let me tell you something: they are grade A, the craziest homeless people. Possibly in the United States of America, excluding Skid Row in LA, but that's a different kind of vibe. The thing about
I'm gonna have to agree with you 100% on that.
Yeah.
And I've been to a few countries in the world, luckily, and I've seen homeless people and gypsies and all sorts of I don't know, stragglers in San Francisco just doesn't compare.
No, San Francisco like truly emboldens their homeless. They're like, hey, you want to act real crazy and like swear at us and shit on the street and shoot up in your leg? Be our guest. That's your right. You know, and then the homeless people get this crazy bold look in their eye where you're like, we're playing by different.
So my boyfriend is from Portugal, and he visited me this summer. He's been to San Francisco now a few times, but the first time he came, like, he was really confused and frightened. He's just like, first of all, he was concerned about the amount of people in the Tenderloin, like, on the street. You know how people just, not like on the sidewalks, but in the middle of the street. He's like, and how they talk to themselves. And he's like, what? Why are they in the middle of the street and why are they talking to themselves so much? And I'm just like,
call from
Tara.
Tara?
Yeah.
Do you like sandwiches?
I do. I like sandwiches a lot.
You know, I'm starting to feel that sandwiches really just aren't good across the board.
I mean, there's like definitely a diminishing return thing going on with a sandwich.
Honestly,
like when you start eating.
Like, no one's ever like, hey, want a sandwich? And I'm like, yeah! Like, I'm so excited to eat a sandwich. 2 pieces of bread with a bunch of crap in it.
Yeah. And the worst is Subway, because sometimes you really want it, and then it, like, smells really bad, and then you get nauseous after.
Yeah, Subway is, you know, no es bueno.
No. Definitely not bueno. But I had a question for you.
Yes.
What do you feel about sitting on the subway? What are your thoughts on that? Not the sandwich place, but the actual subway.
Sitting on the subway? What do you mean?
Like, whenever I get on the subway, I don't want to sit down because I, like, imagine people, like, peeing there or, like, sleeping there, so I just stand.
Well, when I lived in New York, I was ready to take that seat by the time I got on the subway, so I really just put it out of my mind. Like, if I saw, like, sometimes I would see liquid in the bottom of a seat or something, and I would not sit, and you would see someone go to sit, and I'd be like, hey. Because I was, like, what you call, like, a model citizen.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to not sit. I am a little bit of a germ freak. I am realizing, like, I don't like to share lip gloss. Like, when you have, like, a lip gloss and a girl's like, oh, can I use that? It's like, no, that's so fucking disgusting. Like, your mouth gunk is going to go back into this gloss and fester. And then I'm supposed to put it on my pretty ass lips. Just kidding.
Yeah, the same goes with sharing hairbrushes.
I don't think hairbrushes doesn't bother me as much as like eye makeup, lipstick, that kind of stuff that's goopy. I just feel like, isn't it going to get trapped in there? The seats are disgusting. I mean, I will say I got sick flying like every time I traveled for a while. And so I did do, like, the last time I flew, I did the crazy move of, like, bringing antiseptic wipes and wiping down my entire seat area.
Oh, I do that. I'm, like, crazy with Purell, and it smells really bad, and I feel kind of self-conscious. But
then
whatever.
I could not look myself in the eye afterwards with the mirror. I hold a mirror the whole flight.
Oh, also, you should be on Vine. I tweeted at you yesterday.
Everyone keeps saying this about Vine. I don't know what to tell you guys. First of all, I was very late to Twitter because I know how addictive my personality is. My friends already hate me across the board because I'm constantly on some sort of social media. I have to say, I like the internet more than real life. Like, there's so much vulnerability in talking to people. I can't make eye contact. JC Chavez?
Yo.
Hey.
Going on?
Do you like sandwiches?
Oh, sandwiches are my favorite thing. I'm not even kidding.
Like what? Why? Aren't they just blah bread and then blah crap in it? Like, what's so great about a sandwich?
Use good bread. Use good crap.
What's your favorite sandwich? Sandwich of choice?
There's one at this little place by my house that's got like, the bread's a pretzel, and it's got like turkey and like a garlicky spread on it, cheese, onions, tomatoes. Doesn't that sound good?
I don't know. I'm just not that into sandwiches and salads. Lunch food is garbage to me. Like, I would much rather have pasta than any of that, you know? Like, pasta, filet of sole.
I'd have all that and sandwiches too. You can eat it all. Just find a good sandwich you like. Find the one that's right for you.
You know, I liked sandwiches that me and my brother, he was just visiting, and we used to make, we were remembering these sandwiches we used to make that were like open face. We'd toast like sourdough, and then we'd put like really fresh ingredients on it, like avocado or goat cheese or hummus. And then we'd chop up fresh garlic and drizzle it with olive oil and put like fresh basil on it, like tons of really fresh ingredients, amazing quality tomatoes. But how I feel most sandwiches are is like kind of shitty ingredients just piled on. And then it's between this bread and you're just chewing and chewing and chewing. A lot of work. I don't know. It's kind of like soup caliber food. You know, my worst meal, half a sandwich and a cup of soup.
Oh, that's the worst. Yeah, and there's no point to that. Just get a good sandwich or get some good soup.
No, soup sucks, man.
It's okay. You can get, there's good food of any type of food. And I'm slightly chubby, so I like a lot of different kind of food.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite snack as a chubby person?
Favorite snack? Well, it's not chubby. It's like semi-chubby.
All right. However you want to call it.
Well, my favorite snack? Oh, you know what I like? Chocolate-covered raisins.
Ew.
Those are good.
I don't know.
Have you ever had those?
I don't know. So, I don't know. I wonder, workout-wise, what the move is. It's kind of hard to know. It's just too hard out here. Oh, I couldn't do that. Do that. Oh, I need to figure out what are cool sneakers. If you're listening to this, tweet me some cool sneakers. Chelsea B. Peretti on Twitter. That's 1 R and 2 T's in Peretti. People always fuck that up and put 2 R's. No, stop getting glamorous with what you think Italian is all about. 1 R, 2 T's. Tell me what are cool sneakers for females.
Call from
Amanda.
Amanda.
Hey.
Hey, Snow Bunny.
What's going on, buddy? So you're talking about sandwiches?
Yeah. Do you like them?
I love sandwiches.
What if I told you that sandwiches were bad?
I would say you're fucking full of shit.
Whoa. Looks like we got ourselves a showdown. What's your
throwdown showdown?
What's your favorite sandwich?
I really like tuna fish sandwiches.
Mm-hmm. Like, are you talking about like a tuna melt or just a cold fish sandwich? No pressure.
Cold fish sandwich.
You see how that sounds? Now, no, I actually do like tuna sandwiches, but it's like, again, one of those things I can't eat that every day. It's too intense once in a while, you know? But yes, good point.
Call from
Mike.
Mike, do you like sandwiches? We're taking calls on sandwiches. Do you like them or do you hate them? Do they get the boot or do you think they're cute? Do you want to take them home or do you want to kick them in the dome? Sandwiches.
I'm down with sandwiches, but not just any sandwich. I mean, you like just random sandwich with like a piece of turkey and like some mayo on it. Like I need some more than that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but listen, if you had to eat only pasta for the rest of your life, the best pasta, or only sandwiches, the best sandwiches, which would you choose?
That's a tough one. I might have to go with the sandwiches.
No, you're wrong.
Oh, I got hung up.
Ding, 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 ding. Looks like we're out of time. Goodbye.
Just because eating pasta all the time, I'd have to be doing a lot of exercising all the time.
So do it.
I can eat wheat bread, you know what I mean? Like, I might not have to go as hard on the exercise.
Whatever. Just eat a small portion of pasta, man.
Well, okay, yeah, you say that. That's true. And good pasta is really fucking good, too.
That's the thing.
I'm switching it up. I'm going pasta.
All right.
So, I tweeted you about this the other day. Oh, that's a new one.
That's
I was
the
gonna
rewind.
tell you about the times I used to deliver pizza to Ray J.
Oh my God! Hold the phone. Yes! This is huge. This is huge. Ray J, pizza delivery guy on the phone. What happened? Tell me everything.
All right, so this was when I was back in school. So I used to deliver. It was Brandy's house first, right? So I would, anytime that delivery came up, all the drivers wanted it because she would order like a small pizza and then she would like tip you like $12 to $15 every
What?
time.
That's it?
Cool.
I really thought you were gonna say like $1,200. Like $12? Wait, she can't even give you a 20?
She was super nice. Like she would come to the door like wearing like pajamas, holding her baby with her hair in curlers, like total real person.
Right.
Super cool. Always tip fat.
Mm-hmm.
So then at one point I get to the house and I'm like, oh shit, there's like ton of like sick cars out there, like a couple of Bentleys, like all sorts of sick cars.
That's
right?
what you call. That's what you call Ray. Hey, that's what you call. That's what you call Ray J droppings. That when you see a bunch of those exotic cars out somewhere in LA, you know that he's nearby. That or a private plane.
Yeah. So it's in this time it's like a bunch of pizzas. It's not just her normal small cheese pizza that she would always get. So I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? I'm having a party or something.
Right.
So I walk up and it's Ray J. And from then on it was always him. Like he must have like taken over the house or bought the house from her or something. So yeah, it's probably like 6, extra large pizzas with a bunch of shit. And so I deliver the pizzas, and fills out the credit card slip. And it must have been like at least like $80 order or something.
Mm-hmm.
Dude tips me $2.
Oh my God.
I was like, Ray, you gonna do me like that? I mean, I couldn't say that, but I was like, what the fuck, man? Your sister was so cool and hooked me up so fat, and $2 on a whole shitload of pizzas. I'm all sweaty, carrying them up to the door and stuff.
Oh my God.
It was devastating.
That's crazy. Well, he spent all his tip money on cars.
I guess when you ball hard, you got to save money on tips.
He's like, hey, like, I really do think like pizza is a beautiful thing, and like, I really appreciate these pizzas right now, but I can't really tip you more than $2 at this time. But you're very special as a pizza delivery boy. You're a very, very special pizza delivery boy. And like, you make pizzas really, really good. And like, I believe in you, though I can only tip you $2 at this time.
If you would have broken it down like that, I would have been like, yo, Ray,
you would have
cool,
sucked his
don't
dick.
tip.
You would have actually got down and sucked his dick.
I don't know if I would have gone that far, but yeah, it would have been cooler. Actually, you know what? I had a couple of food test items for you if you're down.
Okay.
All right. Some fancy shit first. Foie gras.
Okay, I've only tried it once. As I said, like, I am a little bit freaked out by certain things. Like, I'm not that adventuresome with sushi. Foie gras kind of freaks me out. I tried it at this place in New York, Momofuku Co. The one that has like 12 seats. It's the craziest, like, to me, it was one of the best meals I've ever had. And they did a thing where they freeze foie gras and then they shave it into a bowl and they put it with like lychees or lychees, however you say it. I never remember.
Weird.
And it was one of the best things I've ever had. But that's the only time I've really, and I think I did try it one other time and it was good. In Italy, I tried it at a place in Italy. And, but it's not.
So that's a yes.
It's a yes, but I wouldn't really
Correct. That is correct.
That is correct. Fine.
Number 2, another fancy shit. Spherical olive.
Spherical, aren't they all?
No.
You mean
no,
like
so
not oval?
They puree the olive and then they drop it in this like weird solution that basically turns it into a perfect sphere. And then when you eat it, it like breaks in your mouth and it's so fucking good.
That's crazy. First of all, where did you do pizza delivery for? Mozza?
No, Papa John's.
Whoa, that's crazy why are you such a foodie?
I don't know. I mean, I just was, when I was in college, and it's not my career choice.
All right, what's the other ones? What's the other foods?
I just love to eat. The next one isn't that fancy, but it's going to challenge one of your long-standing no's.
Okay.
And I think it might be successful. Okay. We call it the after school special. It's tomato soup with a grilled cheese sandwich to dip in it.
All right, listen. Now, I've on record said I don't like soup, and then also on record been like, I guess soup's all right. But the lore remains that I don't like soup. And, but that is a good combo. It just depends on the tomato soup. And my gripe with a lot of tomato soup is it's like either really sweet or really acidic. The perfect balance is hard to hit. Shout out to all.
I just knew, you were like a texture thing, and I feel like the sandwich gives you the texture with the soup,
Yeah. I'm not a big dipper of things and other things. That's not even really true.
Just a little dipper. Just a little dipper.
Little dipper. But no, I'll put like French fries and ketchup. But I mean, like when you dip like a sandwich, like au jus or whatever, and you dip it in a jus. Just kidding. When you dip it in that sauce and it's supposed to make the sandwich all moist or something, we're in dicey territory.
Yeah, I hear you.
But anyway, I don't know.
All right.
The great call. That was great info.
Awesome.
Bye.
Thank you, Chelsea. All right.
Call from
Bobby.
Bobby?
Yes.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
What's going on?
Listen, we're talking about exercise. We're talking about food as usual. What else? What was the other thing that was on? Oh yeah. Do you like sandwiches? Do you like sandwiches?
Well, who doesn't like sandwiches? Some kind of weirdos?
Me, as of today, I'm announcing that I don't like soup or sandwiches.
You don't like soup?
Or Girl Scout cookies.
Soup. Can we talk about pho for a second?
Fine. Pho?
Well, we don't
yes,
have to.
go.
I mean, whatever.
No, I'll talk about pho. Let's go.
It's great, right? Incorrect?
It varies wildly. Again, it's something I'm in the mood for here and there, and it can be really good, but I'm not like always down for having pho. Pho/pho.
But so you don't universally hate it.
Right. I mean, whatever. I'm more moderate than I pretend. However, soup is just not gonna, I mean, I will 100% always be down for pasta because it's almost always delicious. Unless it's like shitty, overcooked with a cream, tons of cream, shitty stuff on it. I have to pee.
Just in the glob. Okay.
All right. I'm so sorry about that. Okay. Bye.
It happens. I get it. We're all people here.
What? He's still talking? Oh, shit. Hello?
I'm still here.
Oh, I just ripped off my headphones and started leaving the room. What? I do have to go pee now, sir.
Okay, well, you have fun with that.
Thank you. Thank you for calling Call Chelsea Peretti callers. Check out our Tumblr and things of that nature. Also, listen to other Feral audio shows such as Vomit on the Web with Melissa Stevens and Ingrid Haas. I will be in Austin on the 26th for Moon Tower Comedy Festival. So check me out there at the Paramount Theater with Michael Ian Black and Judah Friedlander and Brennan Walsh. Bye.
Call from
Evan.
Evan, were you so amped for the Clippers?
What?
Do you get mad about road closures?
Not really. I have a question I was going to ask you.
Okay.
Where do you see the future of NASA and the American space program?
Well, the truth of the matter is, I don't believe in space.
Well, I think that if and when we decide to go to Mars, shortly after, we'll see a true privatization of space. And that's as far as I have prepared. I bring several things to the table for a podcast. I'm poignant. I have good injury stories. I play basketball.
Can you dunk?
My mom did. I'm sorry?
Can you dunk?
I can't. I always see these kids at the rec center that I go to college, and these kids are just ridiculous. And this one kid actually, he threw my ball across all 3 courts the other day. He was a real prick about it.
Like bullying
I was shooting
you?
around on the, I'm sorry?
Like he was bullying you? You were like playing and like he didn't like you, so he...
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
exactly. I was shooting around, they were playing full court, and on the court that they weren't using, I was just shooting around, like, and they came back too fast, and my ball was already, I missed, but the kid kind of like used my ball as an excuse why his didn't go in, which was bullshit, because it was already at like waist level, and so anyway, and that was the actual game, and he just chucked it across all 3 courts, and I weighed. I'm sorry to hijack your podcast from you, but yeah. So I confronted him afterwards. He was just self-denial.
What do you mean he was in self-denial?
Well, some people just can do no wrong. You know what I mean? And
it doesn't sound like he was too worried about doing wrong if he threw your ball at that velocity.
I know.
So what did you say to him?
Horizontally across 3 courts.
What did you say to him? You said, "Hey, man, what?"
Basically, I said, and here was the thing: he did really good in the game, and I wanted him to do badly, but he was like, he scored the winning basket.
Right.
And I said to him, "Hey, clearly you did really well in everything. I'm not knocking your play or anything, but do you really think that was justified?" And he was basically just like, "Oh, well, and he made up some bullshit excuse.
Like what?
It was bullshit.
What was it?
He goes, what? I'm blanking. He threw
your ball.
He said, "You're the kid who every time you miss, you never pass back to anyone else when you're shooting around, and that doesn't even make sense.
Okay,
I don't do that."
Like, what grade are you guys in?
Well, I'm a freshman in college. I go to UMass Amherst.
Never heard of it.
It's the main Massachusetts public school.
Where is Massachusetts?
Oh, you.
I'm just trying to figure out how autistic you are.
I'm very off-putting.
I just think, like, was this guy physically much bigger than you or no?
No, he was smaller than me. That's why I called him a prick. Usually you call people that are shorter a prick.
What do you call people that are bigger?
Right.
Sir?
A dumbass. I don't know.
What about shithead? That's one of my favorite insults. I just my friend was saying that today, shithead, and I was like, that is one of the best. One of the top insults out there. Hey, shithead. But I just think it's funny that you were trying to like use logic with him to like really break down like how it's not good to throw someone's ball 3 courts.
Yeah, and you have to be gentle with people. That's a lesson that I learned through. I'm sorry to take publicity away from you, but the Todd Glass podcast, he is great about being patient with people, and you have to explain things gently because some people don't have the emotional maturity to see it any way that they don't want to see it, basically.
So what did you gently explain to him? And do you think that changed him forever?
Yeah. No, I basically just what I said, and then he just walked off like it was super awkward. Everyone on the court saw what I did. Because it was like while the teams were shaking hands after the game,
and
I came
like,
up to him right after the game, and they knew that I wasn't in the game. They probably just thought I was going out to maybe congratulate him because he did good. I don't know. And so... the handshakes were not the same afterwards.
Right. You were kind of a little chilly to one another. Do you guys have a name, your team?
We're the Minutemen. I don't really go to a lot of the games. We didn't make the March Madness tournament or anything. But
well, anything else?
No, I just think it's funny that we went from
I initially asked about the American space program, NASA.
Right.
And we ended up at that, and we ended up there. So,
Isn't that funny?
No, I think that's it.
Well, thank you.
Good talking to you.
Good luck with that guy. Let me know if there's any future conflict. I would like to hear more about that in the future. If you have permission to call again, if you have any interest.
Okay.
All right. Bye. I want to call my grandmother, but I feel again like a bad granddaughter to do it on the podcast, but I kind of want to do it anyway. Let me try her. Please pick up. Hello. Please pick up. Hello. Please pick up. Grandma. Hello.
Hello?
Gina.
Chelsea!
I was trying to get Grandma. I'm calling from my podcast.
Oh, okay. Well, your grandma's sitting right here with Buffy.
Okay.
There you go.
Thanks.
Oh, my God. Hello?
Grandma!
Don't make fun of me.
I'm not. I just wanted to... I'm sitting here doing my podcast, and I thought, who better to bother than my dear, dear grandmothers?
Well, I'm glad you called.
You know, I am talking to people about sandwiches, and I thought I would see what your thoughts are. I think across the board, like if you could only eat sandwiches for the rest of your life or only eat pasta for the rest of your life, which would you choose?
Oh, I'd eat pasta.
Yes!
Yes.
That is the correct answer. Don't you think?
That's good. I would.
Yeah, like pasta's so much better than sandwiches, right?
I know. You don't get any more starch because with bread you got both sides.
Yes.
And the flavor is different. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you have to, that's true. It's like the flavor of the sandwich. It's always like there's spread on each side of the bread is imbalanced. And then you have to chew so much, right? Don't you feel like sandwiches are a big pain? You cut your
mouth.
mouth.
And then I never know whether to cut it in half or at the triangle.
Yeah. And it can cut your like roof of your mouth, and then you have to spend all this time chewing. A lot of times the bread is either stale or mushy.
I know, yeah. Well, we've certainly got the right answer, didn't we?
Yes. Now, you also like lemony desserts, right? Like lemon meringue pie.
Oh, I love lemon cake, you know?
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like that, a sweet dessert.
Oh, I do. I like that, yeah.
And you also got me started on eating pumpkin pie and putting cranberry sauce on it.
Oh, it's the best, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good.
Do you do that now?
Well, only because you told me to.
For real? I see. It's good you mind your grandmother.
It is good. I do whatever you say.
I know. Don't do too much what I say. Never know.
Maybe some advice will backfire, right?
I know.
Wait.
It's good. It's good talking to you for a while. I haven't heard from you.
I know, it's horrible. I've been so busy. I have to call you too when I'm not on this podcast so I can tell you all my personal stories.
Oh my God, you be sure and do that. Huh?
But wait, I wanted to ask you, will you tell the story of, what's the story with the pie? Remember you made those pies all the time for like my dad's uncle or something, and he always thanked God instead of you for the pie?
Oh, that was my son-in-law, my father-in-law.
Uh-huh.
No, wait a minute. It was Jean's father. It was my in-law.
Uh-huh.
Jean's father. And he used to, I'd be making all kinds of food, and that when I'd get ready to serve it to him, he'd say, "Thank the Lord." I just felt like throwing it in his face.
And so didn't you say to him, like, if next time you thank God instead of me, I'm going to throw it in the trash or something?
Oh, that was one time when he was harassing me while I was making an apple pie. And he went, every time he'd go by, he'd say, "I don't know how you're doing that, and I'm not sure if it's right, and it takes you a long time." I said, "If you go by here one more time and you say that, I'm throwing it away." And he walked by again and said, "No, you're not done yet." And I picked the whole thing up, undone, just ready to put in the oven, and threw it away.
Oh, my God.
I put it in the garbage can.
That's really traumatizing.
That's being mean, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I would be so sad. Like, pie is one of my favorite things. Do you think cake or pie is better?
I love pie, yeah.
Me too.
I love real good homemade apple pie.
Isn't it crazy how much stuff is genetic, I feel like? Like, my food taste, we have a lot of similar food taste.
Well, it's funny. So far, everyone you've asked me, we have the same answer.
Yeah. Well, here's one. We both love ice cream sundaes. That's a given.
Oh, God.
But
when I go to Fenton's, I just go crazy. I never know whether to get a milkshake or a chocolate sundae.
Oh, I always got the black and tan at Fenton's, but I would...
Oh, my God. That's what I got, too.
So good.
Yeah.
This is Fenton's Ice Creamery in the Bay Area. Now,
it's been a long time.
I know it's so unhealthy, but it's so good. Now, what I was going to ask you,
we only do it once in a while.
Yeah, you got to make it a special occasion, or you just
or you just get fatter and fatter.
It's not a good look for the Perettis. But now, do you like things like a Snickers pie or blackout cake or, chocolate, death by chocolate, like those kinds of things?
Not too much. Not too much. I don't like the mixture.
Yeah.
I don't like nuts in my ice cream.
Oh, I do.
Or anything that spoils the one flavor,
Oh, see, I like nuts in ice cream a lot, but I don't like those cakes where it's just like 40 ingredients of sugar all piled on.
I don't like that mix either. Yeah, I know.
Well, it's too bad that you, used to, it sounds like you used to make a lot of pies and stuff. I think I missed that era of your life.
I think you probably did. I used to bake a lot, but I got over that as time went on.
I got a lot of your delicious cooking, though. Pastas, the bolognese, rabbit and polenta, everything.
We had some good meals, didn't we?
We did. We had some amazing meals.
I know.
Grandma!
No more. Now I just go and get something frozen and cook
man.
it.
That's life, I guess, huh?
Yep. New era now.
Well, I'll have to call you back when I'm not on the podcast so we can have a real heart-to-heart, but I'm so glad that we were able to compare some of our food tastes today.
Well, it was nice talking to you. Call me soon.
I will.
Okay.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
See how no one in my family says I love you at the end of calls. Love you. Bye. That's the gist. Anyhow, I don't know. I feel like that's a good round of messages and calls and family. We've really covered a lot of ground today, but I think if there's one thing we've proven, it's that sandwiches just aren't that good in most cases. I think it's much easier to make pasta good than sandwiches. Here's another sandwich I like. If you're going to go about healthy sandwiches, wheat bread with avocado and turkey. That's pretty good, but it's kind of bland. I don't know. Where's the best sandwiches in Los Angeles? Hey, elitist side note. Do you know where sandwiches are good? Paris, where it's like on these crazy baguettes, like the bread, or how am I supposed to say baguette? We had that baguette debate. But like the bread is like so crispy on the outside and then so soft and chewy. And then the ingredients will be like all top notch. Same with Italy. I don't know. Maybe it's just American sandwiches. Anyway.
Thank you for your love.